For a country with such reverie for its aged culture, Japan falls short when it comes to present-day provision for its aging citizens. With 10% of the population now 80 years or over, cultural attitudes towards the elderly mean there's a strong link between growing old and poverty. US expat Alyssa has spent a lot of time filming Japan's elderly slums for her YouTube channel.
This is an interesting place because it's kind of showing a glimpse of the future of Japan. Japan has the most rapidly aging population in the world, and it's mostly elderly poverty. So in this area, almost 90% of people are on what's called seikatsu hogo, which is life protection, aka welfare.
Okay.
So they get welfare checks to live. But just look at the people getting off this bus. Do you see something?
Yeah.
Do you see something that is a pattern here?
Yeah, it's a general correlation.
Everybody's over 60.
Yeah. Does it take a lot for a person to admit they need help, and is that going to take a lot away from a human?
That's a huge issue in Japan.
Yeah.
They have this concept, tani ni meiwaku kakanai. So I don't bother other people. Don't give other people troubles. Asking for money or asking for help is very taboo in Japan, and they're taught that from a young age. So admitting that you're impoverished and you need handouts is extremely hard for Japanese people to do.
Yeah.
I kid you not, a lot of people would rather die than do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not an understatement. Now, women get away with it a lot more, and you'll notice one of the biggest differences between the homeless in Japan and the homeless in America or the West is that the male-female ratio is off. In America, it's about 70% men and 30% women that are homeless. In Japan, it's like 99% men. Almost no women are homeless. And why? Well, Japan gets a reputation, maybe fairly so, for being a bit unequal with the gender gap.
Yeah.
Well, that works out for females in this case because it's a given that you should be taken care of. If you fall into hard situations as a female, it's perhaps not your fault. Somebody needs to help you. But as a man, you're on your own, and that's why most of these guys are homeless men.
What's the sort of homeless rate in Japan?
By the official government statistics, it's less than 1%. But that's kind of ridiculous, though, because they're not counting people that don't have a home. They're just counting the few guys, maybe 3,000 they've officially reported.
Sure.
They're not actually counting young people that are living that nomadic lifestyle as day laborers and then going back to manga cafes, of which there are some 15,000 plus.
Net cafe refugees are homeless people in Japan who don't own or rent a residence, and so sleep in 24-hour internet cafes. This growing trend is indicative of an ever-stalling Japanese economy that has only got worse since the 90s.
Oh, look at this is an abandoned house, if you didn't notice. There are a ton of abandoned houses in Japan, as you know. They're called akiya. There's 9 million across the country. Some people think they're only in the countryside, but actually you can find them all over Tokyo. There's a couple in my neighborhood as well. Go on in.
People living in there. Yeah, there's someone down there.
Are there people living in there? This could be the future of Japan. I'm serious. There's 9 million abandoned houses across the city or across the country. This
I mean, I don't know how appropriate to say, but it is like weirdly beautiful. In this like greenery, it is. Yeah, it's something really not like beam pattern. Like there's something quite, I don't know.
On our way out of the slum, we get a chance to speak to one of the residents.
But we're...
He
said you're really handsome. He said you could be in movies. You got that kind of face. You're even taller than the baseball player Ohtani. He's saying good things about you.
Okay.
He thinks you're really, he likes your nose, he likes your face. You could be in movies, man. How old are you, 30s or 40s?
39, yeah.
39歳です。You shouldn't do this as a hobby, man. You gotta become a movie star. はい、どうもどうもどうも。I was surprised people are very friendly here and very open to talking.
You don't feel unsafe.
No, you really don't.
Anyone's kind of...
You'd think you come in here with a camera like that in an area that's known to be a slum and people would be like, "Were you filming?"
Yeah.
But it's the exact opposite.